Shazam 2 was fine. You guys are just mean. I thought it was good. Not really, really good, but good. I really liked the first Shazam. I liked it enough to see it 3 times in the theaters and even buy the DVD. Yes, people still watch those. And while I liked Fury of the Gods, I'm not really sure if I would buy the DVD. I saw it twice, but I don't have plans to see it another time. Maybe I will, maybe not. I've seen a lot of people and critics especially, really not like it, but I didn't think it was that bad at all. Just not as good as the first one. I'm going to get into some spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet and don't want to know what happens, click away. So, something I didn't care for with this new Shazam was how little screen time the young actor for Billy received. Like, Asher Angel was in maybe 5 scenes in the whole movie, maybe a little bit more, but not a lot. Not as much as in the first movie, which I think was a shame. Young Billy was there towards the beginning of the movie and a few scenes at the end, but not hardly at all in the middle. I just would have liked a better balance between adult Billy and teenage Billy. Also, one of the struggles in the movie was his fear of aging out of the foster care system, meaning that once he turns 18 in a few months, Victor and Rosa won't get checks from the government anymore, which will make him feel like a burden the way Mary does. This is only mentioned briefly, like twice, and I thought it could make for some interesting conflict, so I was a little disappointed that that was resolved so easily. I mentioned Mary, and her conflict was about her feelings about being an adult and wanting to get a job to help support the family. In the first movie, she wanted to go to college, but expressed doubts about, like that time Billy saved her from getting hit by that truck. She wanted, to go to college, but was scared about it. She wanted the campus experience, but felt bad about leaving the family. But in this movie, she didn't go to college at all, but still studies textbooks. I didn't understand why they didn't just have her get an online degree. You can go to school completely online nowadays and not have to move, so that seems like a simple solution to her problem, so I don't know why that's such a conflict for her in this second movie. I mean, it's not that much of a conflict because it's only mentioned 2 or 3 times, but still. This is definitely what I liked about the first movie far more, is that it was more character driven for the most part. Fury of the Gods is definitely more plot driven than character driven. The first one was plot driven, but also had a lot of character driven elements as well. Like, if you take out Savannah from the first Shazam, even if you take out all of the magic stuff, there is still all the conflict with the family and Billy trying to find his mom and all of that. If you take the magic and the Daughters of Atlas out of Fury of the Gods, well, there's not much more to the movie because a lot of the characters' conflict between each other is only briefly mentioned a handful of times. I just wish it focused more on Billy's fear of aging and Mary wanting to actually feel like an adult and Freddie wanting to be more independent, and so on and so on. The other 3 kids didn't really get much of an arc. They showed Eugene trying to map out the magic door room, which I thought was cool. And Pedro finding cool stuff like Steve and the pen in the library that could write papers for him. That was funny. Darla got a cat named Tawny, like the tiger from the comics. But that was pretty much it for the 3 of them. I did like that they unequivocally confirmed that Pedro was gay. So in the first Shazam, there's a scene where they go to a strip club, and he says that that's not really his thing. Many fans took that as a hint that he could either be gay or asexual. Well, in Fear of the Gods, he came out as gay to the family, and they all said that they already knew, and that they loved him, and that scene was very heartwarming, and it still makes me smile. Especially with how wishy-washy a lot of films, especially superhero films, are when it comes to confirmed LGBT characters. Like, anyone remember how Marvel refused to confirm Valkyrie as bisexual in the 3rd Thor movie? I know there was a gay man in Eternals, but I didn't watch that movie, so I'm just glad that Pedro was able to flat out say, I'm gay, to his whole family and the audience, leaving no room for misinterpretation or denial. Um, anyway, I don't really have a whole lot more to say. I like the movie, but I didn't really like the movie, you know? This didn't end up being much of a review, but whatever. Oh, wait. I did want to mention that Wonder Woman showed up, and not just a headless cameo like Superman at the end of the first Shazam. Although there was a dream scene where Billy goes on a date with Wonder Woman, but it never shows her face. Anyway, at the end of Fear of the Gods, Gal Gadot herself shows up and sort of brings Billy back from the dead. It was nice to see her again, but I have to wonder if this might play into the new DCU that James Gunn is planning. Is this particular version of Shazam going to be in Gunn's DCU in the future? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I do know the actor for older Billy, Zachary Levi, said that it would most likely depend on how well Fury of the Gods does at the box office. So, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like that we'll see him again, actually. But who knows? Who knows what the future holds? I liked the movie. I like the characters. I would like to see them again, but I don't want to get my hopes up, you know? Okay, well, that's pretty much it. Bye.